Famed pollster Frank Luntz, appeared on the Clown News Network last night, looking completely disheveled, with his teeth yellower than yellow Skittles, and a hair dye job worse than Mark Cuban's, to express his fears that Kamala Harris may lose the election, now just 2 weeks away. But he has a plan, a dream that he thinks can save her.
So I can't call it. Union members, rank and file, are more likely to be with Trump than any Republican in modern times.
It's too close for him to call, he's saying.
Same thing with Latino voters, and same thing with young African-American men. But the balance is those young women who can't wait to participate. So what I'm waiting to see is whether Taylor Swift, I'm serious, whether she comes out and does a concert. I think that is a big deal. I think she is as popular today as Oprah Winfrey was when she endorsed Barack Obama. And Oprah's support, active support, made a difference in his race, took votes away from Hillary Clinton, gave them to Obama. Taylor Swift could make a difference in this race.
Taylor Swift has already endorsed Kamala Harris, but now in order to save her campaign, she needs to have a concert dedicated to her and appear on stage with camel face. As Mr. Duntz was saying, one of the reasons why he can't call the race, predict the winner, is because so many men, particularly black men, are not supporting Kamala Harris. And that has left the Democrat Party scrambling and has left Barack Obama shaming the brothers, as he called them, encouraging them to get behind one of their own. But now the Democrats have a new strategy. Instead of admitting the obvious and trying to fix what ultimately is an irreparable problem for them, now they are attempting to gaslight black men into thinking that there's no problem at all, and that they really do support her, and that the news, the polls, the discussions at the barbershop, the obvious common sense that so many black men and just men in general and normal human beings don't support her, that is all just fake news.
Do you think some of the resistance of some men, black and white, is misogynist? And are you proud to see that most Americans, even being polled, have no problem supporting a woman at all? And I'm one that lived from Shirley to Kamala in terms of these campaigns.
I have the support of countless black men who are in elected positions, including I'm just this afternoon and 2 church visits today with the mayor of Atlanta. That being said, I think that
well, of course, your fellow elected Democrats are going to support you. We're talking about the average American here.
You are absolutely right that there is this narrative about what kind of support we are receiving from black men that is just not panning out in reality in terms of when I go to last night Atlanta and had, I think, 10,000 people at a rally.
So there's a fake narrative out there that's causing people to think that black men don't support her. And she's convinced that they really do because some of them, a couple thousand of them, showed up to one of her events. I'm sorry to have to state the obvious here, Kamala, but those are the gay ones. Others are also upset about the facts that so many black people don't support Kamala, like the Clown News Network's Angela Rye, who thinks that statues of George Washington and Thomas Jefferson should be torn down. So she is trying to divert blame onto us white men.
Yeah, speaking of laying this at the feet of black men and honest conversations, former President Obama was back out last night. This is the first time since he was in Pittsburgh, and invoked the potential of sexism in his appeal to black men to support the vice president. Angela, should there be a course correction? Because there was so much backlash to that framework, was it a mistake for the former president to say what he did or to say it publicly? What was your assessment of what we heard from former President Obama
when he called out the brothers for not supporting one of their own?
You know, I think that it's wonderful that President Obama is out hitting the trail for democracy, frankly. And what I think is a mistake is to let white folks escape the accountability that they must face for not showing up to save democracy themselves. Like,
we have to face accountability now for not voting for the communist woman. By the way, stay tuned because there's plenty more to come in this video. But real quick, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, because if you are new, it's a miracle that you found it in the first place, because this channel has been heavily shadow banned with a visibility suppression filter placed out by YouTube. So subscribe here and check back on a regular basis.
They want to get mad at presidential candidates, right, when they don't wear a flag lapel pin or they don't see you pledging allegiance to the flag. That's what they want to get upset about. Now, the face of patriotism to them looks like trying to tear down the Capitol in a terrorist attack on January 6, 2021. So the responsibility of saving democracy should be on the largest demographic in this country. That is white men and white women.
Everything wrong in Black Democrats' lives always comes back around to being blamed on us. Speaking of anti-whiteism, Elon Musk is still on the yellow brick road on the path to enlightenment, responding to this now several-year-old story about how the ADL literally tried to change the definition of racism to make it appear as if only white people could be racist by saying the ADL needs to stop their anti-white racism now. Just a small correction, sir. The word is anti-whiteism. The ADL needs to stop their anti-whiteism now. And speaking of Elon, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is campaigning in Pennsylvania for the communist and complaining about her crush.
We see Elon Musk coming in here. I mean, we got to talk about what this guy's doing, right?
He's doing great. He's offering people $1 million if you just simply sign a petition from today until Election Day for the next 2 weeks, just simply stating that you support the Constitution. And since Democrats obviously don't support the Constitution, they're very upset about that. Right, AOC?
He's not only just dumping millions and millions of dollars here in the state of Pennsylvania, acting like he's from here, acting like he knows what Pennsylvania is about.
Well, she is acting like she's from there. She is acting like she knows what Pennsylvania is about. You are the carpetbagger.
It's not just what he's doing. He's doing these little, I don't know, these little contests where he's promising people $1 million, in some kind of lottery giveaway if they sign up for his list. And I want us to put together what those two things are like.
Well, it's very simple. If you support the Constitution, then you enter into the lottery and you could win $1 million. If you don't, then obviously you're a Democrat and you won't. Newsweek Magazine is blaming Donald Trump's appearance at McDonald's over the weekend for the stock price dropping 0.53% yesterday, because stock prices always fluctuate, often up and down on a daily basis. And 0.53% is really nothing in the scheme of things, but it's all his fault. Did McDonald's stock drop after Trump served fries? What the charts show. Blah, blah, blah. Donald Trump went and worked the drive-thru. Blah, blah, blah. However, in the Monday trading hours after Trump was seen on Sunday, McDonald's stock dropped by 0.53%, leading some to think the appearance hampered the fast food chain's reputation among customers. I'm actually worried about the reputation of Newsweek, who also published this brilliant piece. Donald Trump shared what is likely an AI-generated image on his Truth Social account, showing him as a player for the Pittsburgh Steelers because he attended the game on Sunday. This was the meme as he is campaigning hard in Pennsylvania, a key swing state, which the geniuses at Newsweek figured out must have been AI generated. Thank you, Newsweek. I had no idea that this image was fake. Donald Trump, you really let us down. Something that is fake, however, is the entire Kamala Harris campaign being propped up by the Operation Mockingbird assets. And in her latest town hall event, of course, all of the questions had to be pre-approved by the campaign, as the host, Maria Shriver, accidentally let slip out when one of the audience members, who wasn't in on the game, asked if she was going to take some of their questions.
You're not, unfortunately. We have some predetermined questions, and hopefully I'll be able to ask some of the questions that might be in your head. I hope so.
We have some predetermined questions. We have some pre-screened questions. We have some questions that the campaign wrote up and handed out to the audience members. And after pop star Lizzo embarrassed the entire Democrat Party by saying it would be fantastic if the entire country turned into Detroit if Kamala wins, after Donald Trump made that obvious point, cautioning against what a disaster it would be, now Michael Moore is doubling down on those comments, saying this.
And well, Detroit, yeah. He says America You know, America's going to end up like Detroit. America should be so grateful that they end up like Detroit. I mean, just especially the way that Detroit has come back, it is coming back.
Absolutely.
And all the great things that are happening. But there's always that tacit racism involved in statements like that. Oh, you're going to be like Detroit. You know,
right.
It's like, you know,
black run city, 80% black city. Yeah.
I don't know if I would be so proud of that, ma'am. DC was complaining about Donald Trump working at McDonald's, which they did on every single show yesterday. James Carville then quickly pivoted to compare Donald Trump to you-know-who.
You know, I have to be a fan of McDonald's French fries, like most people. Let's talk about something really serious. On October 27th, he's giving a rally at Madison Square Garden to mimic a rally that was held on February 20th, 1939 by the Nazi Party. And he is fully aware of that history. He is fully aware of what is going on. And I really don't care how many French fries he fries.
So because the American Nazi Party or some actual Nazi group 85 years ago held a rally in Madison Square Garden, now Donald Trump is not allowed to hold a rally there ever. They're even saying that if he is declared the loser, that he will still take power anyway, which is quite a different scenario logistically than actually being in power and then just staying in power versus taking over power from the Democrats who have, well, infested Washington, D.C. We're now 2 weeks away, guys, so start planning your vote. Get your votes in early. Plan your vote so that you don't have any unforeseen circumstances. On Election Day in 2016, the fuel pump went out in my vehicle. Luckily, after I voted, like literally right after I voted, I had to have it towed from the polling place. So you don't want any unforeseen situations happening that stop you from voting. So get ready. I'm Mark Dice. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And if you're a regular viewer, please share links to these videos on your social media accounts and encourage other people to come and check it out and subscribe. We're going to have to bypass YouTube's shadow banning and visibility filter manually. So thanks for all your support. Stay tuned, and I will see you soon.